panel now of legal experts, Trump attorney Christina Bobb, and also with us today, founder and president of the Article 3 Project, Mike Davis. He's also the former law clerk to Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. Welcome to both of you. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this possible third indictment. Politico headline suggesting, as we just heard, Logan Raddick also report could see a third indictment as early as this weekend. And Mike, you know, there's multiple reporting now saying that this target letter that Trump got refers to 3 federal statutes. They are conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud the United States, deprivation of rights under color of law, and tampering with a witness. So break it down for us. You know, we just had Brett Tolman on saying that it sounds like they're stretching some statutes here. Your read on that? And also, is this connected to maybe the Michigan electors too? What's Jack Smith up to?
Jack Smith is the king of coming in as a Democrat hitman to take out Republican presidential candidates with bogus legal theories like Jack Smith did in 2016 with Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell. He was later unanimously overturned by the Supreme Court, which is hard to do, 8-0. It would have been 9-0, but Justice Scalia passed away, but the damage was done. They took out a Republican presidential contender for 2016. That's the same play that Merrick Garland is running here. They brought back this disgraced prosecutor from exile in The Hague, and they are bringing these bogus legal theories against President Trump. It is not a crime to object to presidential elections. If it were a crime, Democrats would be in jail for 1968, 2000, 2004, and 2016 when they objected to Republican presidential wins.
Yeah, Christina, regarding this, the reporting about this indictment and this target letter, I don't know if you've seen this target letter or if you have any idea what potential charges he could face. You know, Bianca, you talked about some of them: obstruction, tampering with evidence, wire fraud, I think violations of Title 18, if I'm not mistaken, under the federal code. Would that even apply to former President Trump or then President Trump in this case, if those indeed are the charges? I don't know, again, if you've seen that target letter, if you could shed some light on that further.
So I have not seen the target letter. I don't know exactly what they're going to charge him with. It's subject to the imagination of Jack Smith, because as Mike pointed out, there really isn't a crime here. There's nothing that even occurred that actually was a crime other than, you know, potential violence at the Capitol, and certainly President Trump didn't have anything to do with that. So we'll see what they come up with. As far as the Michigan electors go, it does appear to me that this is an attempt to threaten witnesses to testify in a specific way, or we'll throw you in jail. Because don't forget, these aren't just electors acting in Michigan. These would be potential witnesses in any potential indictment that Jack Smith would bring against Donald Trump. So it appears to me, the fact that it came out within 24 hours of President Trump getting a target letter, that it's probably coordinated in an effort to sway the testimony of these witnesses.
We know how scary that can be too for, you know, an average folk who gets, you know, the government there and the pressure. And let's just play a clip of how this is being used on, you know, from other candidates here. Eric Bolling had a great interview last night with New Jersey Governor. Presidential candidate Chris Christie asked him about what he thought Trump was up to on January 6th. Take a listen.
I think what he wanted was to stay in office. And I don't think he cared one way or the other what was going to happen. In fact, if he really did care, he would have done what he said he was going to do. When he stood on the ellipse, he said, let's march up to the Capitol together, and I'm going to go with you. He went nowhere near it, Eric.
So how much of this is the court of public opinion here? Because people are going to hear this stuff. It's going to obviously impact the election. And, you know, you guys both know an indictment is one thing, but securing conviction is a whole other. And that could come after. That could come, you know, years from now. Mike, first to you.
I would say to Governor Chris Christie that he's being a blowhard here. This is so much bigger than President Trump. And if Chris Christie doesn't understand that, then he is a lot more naive than I expected. Does he really think that these Democrats are going to stop their lawfare? They're going to stop their power grabs if Donald Trump goes away? Chris Christie and Ron DeSantis think that they can pull the blanket over their head and the monster in the room is going to go away. They don't understand what's going on here. This is a play by the Marxist left. This is not our parents' or grandparents' Democrat Party. This is the Marxist left trying to destroy Republicans. They're going after 70 and 80-year-olds in Michigan and trying to put them in prison.
Wish we had a little more time. Christina and Mike, always a pleasure. We'll have you back here soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.